Welcome everybody to tonight's broadcast. The SRN Network is in Las Vegas covering the Inspired Racing League. They are in week 3 of their season. The real season begins here as you see the drivers taking qualifying or practice laps, I should say. Real season starts here. These drivers had Daytona, which is always a wild card, and then they had Daytona Road Course. And so now you're going to see these drivers start to take these 1.5 miles, these normal racetracks, if you will, and see what they can do and bring their talents forward. Take a look at our race conditions for this evening. We have 68 degrees as our ambient temperature with 55% humidity, 5-mile-an-hour wind. And we have also track temperature is 68, so nice and cool evening here at Vegas. Usually in the daytime this is a hot one, and you can definitely lose those tires and get really slick out there. So this should have plenty more grip here with this night race and cool evening. Drivers are taking qualifying as we speak. Looks like Jordan Giorno is up front there in that 84 car. And it looks like it's open qualifying, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe somebody will get a little bit of a draft there and help them out just a touch. We'll have to see how this all pans out. Looks like they got a couple more minutes here. 2 more minutes going in this qualifying session. Most all drivers have taken time. It looks like we have 22 cars here tonight, so 19 of them have put a time down. These guys are definitely getting a little draft action going on here. Definitely help this group out. Obviously that 84 has already got the pole. You can see him kind of draw up to that 72. May actually be able to improve. And it looks like we got a dead heat here. Josh Henderson in the 72 is second, and they both just got a 29.98 for their lead. And now we have a car here of Aaron Stanton in that 27. He has just taken over the pole position. He ran a 29.97. 1/100th of a second is what separates the top 2 cars. Finishing up. We have about 30 seconds left here in this session. And then we'll hit the grid, give you your top 10 starters. If that 27 can get another one in to get back up front, as Shane Haar in the 21 has now taken the lead with a 29.93. 27 right behind him is in P2. If he can get a little draft off of him, the session's going to be over, so he's not going to have any opportunity at another lap here. So let's see if we can bring up our grid as soon as they all get off the track there. But it doesn't want to bring up the grid. Let's just bring up the tower. You can see that there. So we have the 21 car of Haar in first place, Stanton in second, Giorno is in third, Henderson in fourth, Thompson in fifth, sixth is going to go to McNeil, Henning is going to be in seventh, Fisher is in eighth, ninth is Hanrahan, and Schaffer is in 10th. So let's see if we can get, there we go. Now it wants to bring up the grid. Now that everybody's officially off the track. Go ahead and get rid of that now. And let's see if we can bring in Shane Haar for an interview here before we get started. Shane, this is Matthew in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, Shane. So you got the pole tonight. Great run. It was open qualifying. That was kind of odd. Was that expected?
That was not expected. I'm kind of glad it turned out that way, though. We ended up getting behind Aaron there and happened to pull off a good lap. So
Yeah,
we'll
nothing
take
better
it.
than getting a little free draft in your qualifying, huh?
Yeah, that always feels good.
Yes, sir. Well, congratulations on that. What's going to be the strategy here?
I think it's gonna be, save that right front. Really. Maybe we'll get an early stop here. Maybe we won't. We'll see how the race plays out. But we're hoping for a good finish tonight. So.
Sounds good. And you are on the Toyota team tonight, is that right?
That's correct.
Racing in Toyota. So I think you got a couple of teammates out there pretty close to the front with you. Actually, you don't have a teammate in Toyota until 12th, so you're going to have to do it by yourself, at least in the early run here.
Well, that could be fun. Hopefully we get a couple up here, pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get some sooner or later. Well, good luck tonight. Maybe we'll check in with you a little later.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, put him back in his channel. Here we go. We got about 15 seconds. These cars will start rolling. Let's see if we can get, since we have a moment, let's get Aaron Stanton in here. Aaron is, let's see, Chevy. Here we go. Aaron, Matthew in the booth. You got me, bud?
Yeah, what's up, Matt?
Hey, so just interviewed the leader, but since we got a little bit of time here, we'll go with the outside pole as well. A good run for you. Were you able to get a little draft to help with that time?
Yeah, me and Shane was working together. He's just the lucky one that got the fastest time.
Awesome. Well, hey, you'll take it any way you can get it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's going to be the strategy here? You got several Chevy teammates up there with you. Are you going to work together, or is this going to be a solo run?
We'll work together for as long as we can, but you know how things go. We're probably gonna get spread out, and things are gonna get rough. And
Yeah, it's not a drafting track. You can only do so much, and when it's go time, it's go time.
Yep.
Very good. All right, well, good luck tonight. Maybe we'll chat a little bit later. And you were in Chevy 2, right?
Yep.
All right, I'll put you back over there. Good luck.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, so top two interviews there. Seems like they're going to just see what they can get. Not really sure yet as to what their strategy is going to be. Going to kind of see how the race develops and then go from there. So as we round here, I think they'll go one more lap, and then we're going to be able to see some green flag racing here. Cars kind of warming the tires up a little bit. Probably not a bad idea, seeing as how it's a cold night. Another league that I broadcast for, actually my truck series on Wednesday nights, had a 70-degree night temperature in Texas, and it was very, very loose on the first couple of laps. So we'll see how these guys react to this here in Vegas. Gonna have to probably take it easy for a lap or two, and then it'll really start coming in. It'll be interesting to see if the bottom is going to be preferred, or if you're going to be able to move to that outside. Not quite as much banking here as some of the other tracks, but a decent enough amount to where the outside may come in at some point, but we'll have to just check and see how this is going to work as they go through a run and how long of runs we get. We were probably down the backstretch here for the last time. I'd assume they're going to be going green here. See the leader there kind of swaying the tires just a bit. Get the marbles off, heating the tires. Ready for a run. Should see the pace car off track here. There he goes. This first start's going to be on the flag, man. We are going. 21 gets a decent jump. He is clear, so he can take whatever part of the track that he wants. Nice and easy. Everybody looking real cordial through here, just kind of feeling it out. Seeing how this is gonna, how the cars are gonna behave here early on. Oh, and I was just fixing to say that 18 kind of jumped out of line just a little bit. We'll have to see exactly what that was. We'll probably just... So let's take a look at Henderson. Looks like Henderson has jumped off track. And well, let's go to him. It didn't show me a crash report. Go back to this where he jumped into the pits and kind of just rewind a little bit. See if we can find where this actually happened. Let's bring him back here to T2 and see if we can see this again. In fact, let's go blimp overhead. Yep, so the 18 that kind of moved up the track, I'll back that up just a little bit again so you guys can see that. So the 18 car kind of moved up the track a little bit and then unfortunately just got into him. I wonder if he actually made contact. Can't really tell there, but it was enough to get him loose, and he is going to the pits using a fast repair already. Go back live here. And that's all it takes sometimes on those cold tires. Didn't have enough grip to save that. Very unfortunate there early on, but he's got a fast repair. He's just got to be a little bit more careful from now on and make it to the end. We'll line up and maybe probably get green here with, on probably lap 5, I would say we'll go green again. Tough break there for Josh Henderson, but good driver. He'll be back up there, I'm sure. All right. We'll see this time by if they line up, get one to go. Looks like the 21 there going back and forth, just trying to keep the tires warm now. Didn't get a whole lot into him, so doesn't want him to cool back off. It does look like they're going 2 to go, or 1 to go here, as they are lined up side by side. Top driver to do it again. Same 2 on the inside and outside up front, Har and Stanton. So Stanton didn't quite get a great jump on this one, so we'll see if he could do a little bit better this time and keep the 21 there covered. Kind of force him to use the bottom, which may be the preferred line here in the early going. But the thing about starting on the outside is you got to do what you can, because you don't have a choice but to be up there. Long pace laps here in Las Vegas. All right, the pace car will dip off here shortly. We will get this going again. There he goes. This time the field is in the hands of the 21. He can go anywhere in that start zone. Great jump for him that time. And he is smooth sailing off and away. Nobody even within a car length of him, so he can control whatever line he wants, do whatever he needs to do, as they are side by side, packed in back there. Focus on that a little bit more here. that they're moving around quite a bit, trying to feel these cars out. '18 on the high side now, hanging pretty tough. Get our first real glimpse here at how the high side's going to handle. Looks like the 88's a little bit faster through the straight there. And yeah, you can see the 18, Thompson there, just kind of falling back a little bit on the outside. So it looks like the bottom is definitely going to be the preferred line for now. And you can see the top 5 or 6 there are all single file at this point, but they are catching Shane Haar up front there. That line of cars is getting a little bit of momentum as the 84 drops down to take the lead. And Giorno's going to make that pass pretty easy as he slides up the track, but the 21's got momentum. Is he going to cross him over? No, he stays there. He's going to be content on the outside for the time being. Try to make momentum work up there, but I think he's going to find that it's not the best right now. See these guys dipping off the track or below the line a little bit, coming to the start finish. Not a huge infield paved there, so it's not going to be a huge advantage, but if it picks up 100th here, 100th there, they'll do it. Anything you can get. As we are now side by side for the lead. 21 is making that outside work now. With all those cars up there, it's starting to get some rubber, and it's starting to work now. The 27 right behind that 21. A little bit of a draft to that lane as well. That 88 and 84 back there of McNeil and Giorno trying to make something happen. The 88 gets clear there on the outside, and now the 18 is up there. Let's see if he can do it as well. 88 kind of slides up the track just a little bit, opens the door for the 84 to come through as well. The 84 is good on the bottom, doing what he needs to do there, makes the pass on the 18, and now is setting sail on that 88. And he's going to make that pass. So maybe this is just a little bit of driving style. Some people like that outside, some people don't. But the 84 just made 2 passes on the bottom just after we saw a couple of cars make passes on the top. So it's working pretty much everywhere right now. See the 9 car come into the picture for the first time. That's Cade Cannon, up 8 positions from where he started. He's using that high side and that 9 at the back of your screen there. He's liking that. I'll bring up the track map here if I can, and not too spread out, but there's 3 distinct groups you can see. We can go back just for a second and check out this group here. They are 3 wide right now. And the outside car there, it looks like the 12 just kind of gives way, knows that that's not the best idea right now. They got it all sorted out, so 3 car ends up getting them both there. Go back out front here as the 88 and 18 are back at it side by side. '18's doing pretty decent on that outside lane. Now he's got the 9 behind him. So can they make a run out there together and keep momentum? Pretty neck and neck right now. Don't see real clear advantage, but it does look like the 18 got a little draft off the 84. That pulled them forward. The inside was just a little bit faster for that 88, and he pulls right back to him. So back and forth we go here. You see up front a little bit more single file. Guys racing pretty hard for early in the run, but they're giving each other plenty of room, so there's no danger here of anything bad happening, so to speak. When you're given that much room, they're just running 2 different lines, and it's very good. And he has a little disconnect, and you saw a car in front of him kind of disconnect for a second and ended up inside. I think that was the 27, ended up inside the 84. So luckily when that does that, it doesn't crash them both. As you see the 88 up the middle. Ooh, man, that's close. A little bit of a touch maybe there. Just slid up the track a little bit. This is about the point 15 laps in where you're no longer able with the tire wear to just keep it full throttle. So these guys are going to have to be playing with that throttle a little bit. The more that you let off in the early, the more tire you're going to have off late, but it's hard to do if you see guys starting to gap you. So this is where strategy really comes into play. You can see here we have a 9 car kind of break away at the front. Then you see there, you get a good view of the pack in the back, a 4-car pack behind there. Then the rest of the cars are in that final pack. The 84 is making a bit of a run on the bottom, but he is kind of by himself, so just no air for help for him. 27 unwilling to come down and get him, but the 21 is going to play it kind of like it's Daytona a little bit. Take the air off the 27, give it to the 84, just a touch there. But the 84 is now kind of stalling out without anybody around him as they all kind of dip down there now and go back up and leave him. 9 car looking real strong on the outside. They just keep going side by side. 84 and the 9. 84 looks like he's got a good run, but the 18 is just not quite as fast. Didn't have a great corner. 84 is looking for a way around. Chooses the high side here. We'll try to take the 5 car is going to try to take advantage. First time we've seen him mention him. That's Nathan Johnson. Nathan Johnson gets around these 2 as well. Now we're kind of sorted out single file up front here. All of them, all 9 of them single file, and back in the other 4 too. But the other 4 are starting to catch this pack just a little bit with all that side by side, so they may be able to get back up here and compete with the leaders. As we see, it looks like the 9 and the 84 go side by side. I think you'll also notice as the tires wear, the guys will go down below that line less and less. It's just a little bit more uncomfortable and unstable as the tires wear, so they may stop doing that as much. Have to keep an eye on that. They are pretty single file now. Dane Hard has got a good lead. See that there, a quarter second, but it's 2-3 car lengths. And as long as those guys back there are a little racing side by side like that, he's going to continue to be able to build that. Single file now, they got that figured out. It's just that they're running 2 different lines, and you see as they get halfway through the corner, they're kind of side by side, and then that 27 takes it back. So, and just kind of like I said there, you see these cars are not going below that line anymore. It's not as bad as a place like Phoenix, but still, it just upsets the car a little bit. The more the tires are worn, the harder it is to do that and keep control over it. Take a look back here a little bit further in the field, and you see the 95 is trying to make some moves in this pack here. And can't really do too much there as he does go down below the line trying to get anything he can get. Without help, he kind of goes to the back of that field there. Back up front, Shane Haar is doing great. In command of this race right now. Not running away with it, but certainly has control. And he has been stuck to the bottom. He is just glued to the bottom. When the 27 got to him, he did actually use the outside, but when he gets to choose, he is definitely choosing the bottom. You could just see over and over the 84 would love to get his nose in there and get to him, but just can't make it happen off those corners. He will keep trying. Doesn't want to eat up his tires too much, and also doesn't want to fall back into the clutches of that 9, so he's got to manage it right now, manage the gaps. looking back in the field, I don't see any real close racing going on, anything real crazy. But we'll stay right here for the moment. These top 4 have definitely broke away now. There is about a second and a half between 4th and 5th. These guys are definitely outpacing everyone else at this point. Shane Hart opening up a decent gap there now. I know it doesn't look very big, with only 4/10 of a second, but you see on track, it's quite the distance at this point. Hard to make that up once you've lost it. Go back to the second pack here. You see they're all pretty single file as we kind of work back through them. Nothing real crazy going on in that pack either. Back out front here to our leader. I think we were just there actually. Yeah, he's right next to Elijah. That's the 32 there, Wessenberg. Using the high side, very high side. Should help him off the corners. Not able to keep up there with the 4. The 3 got by as well. There, as he goes back to the bottom, he's getting a little bit more momentum there, all the way up to the bumper of the 3 car. Let's see what he's going to do, high or low. Elijah Fisher up there, he's all the way up the high side as well. They're trying to get past that 88 car. He's coming back. He's got the 3 pass now. He's got a good run on the 4. Let's see what he can do here. I think he might have just got pushed up to that high side and didn't really like it up there. Trying to find himself a lane at this point. Back up front, Shane Hart still has a half-second lead. Nothing really going on there. Tires do wear at this track quite a bit. Obviously, being at night, it's a little bit better than in the heat. Not as much heat in them, so wears a little bit better, but times have definitely fallen off. Take a look at our leader. His best lap is a 30.07. Right now, his last lap is a 31.23, so almost 1.25 seconds slower than when we started this run, which is the opening run. So 30 laps in and a little over a second off. So big drop off there. '88 looking inside the 5. They're trying to make that pass, and he will make that pass. See if he can drag that 32 with him. 32 looking inside now. See if 32 can keep that momentum off, and they are side by side coming out of that corner. 32 has to dip in there so he doesn't lose too much and have that 3 back at him. Take another run at him here in a second. Let's take a look back out front. As you can see, Shane Hart, there's the gap now, 3/4 of a second. So he is pulling away at this point. That 9 car up there is sitting in P4, up 10 positions from where he started. So great run for him so far. I just wonder if he used all the goodie out of them tires and is going to have to just be content there for a while. But you can see from him back to Fisher is 3.5 seconds. So he's got plenty of room if he does start to fall off a little bit early. Our leader there, you can see, has got plenty of breathing room. It just keeps continuing to climb ever so slightly. There you go, your top 4. We'll have to see exactly how far they can go on fuel, but I got to imagine the next 15 laps or so, if there is no caution, they're going to have to be pitting under green. You see a huge gap in the back of your screen there to the other cars behind. Go back to this battle here, as it looks like the 32 has gotten around the 5 car and now is working on the 88. No stage races, no stage breaks in this series, so it's just a race to the end. The 32 makes that pass on the 88, and now the 5 is looking to do the same. A little loose there as they're going 3 wide a little bit. 3 car thinks better of it. So, no, let's not do that at this point. So put the 32 in P6. Elijah Fisher is kind of in the middle by himself in between these two groups. But the 32 can get to him. They can start to use a little bit of draft to see if they can try to get back through. As the 88 is now making it too wide again. That's not, oh, and the 32 gets really loose there. Not sure what happened right there, but had to come down the track pretty quickly. 4 cars pitting. See the 4 car going into the pits. So it might be a strategy to play this thing backwards. Might be a little bit early for him. We'll see what some of these leaders do. Let's get back to our leader now, so we can see when they're going to pit. But he's got a 2.5 second lead now. A great lead for him thus far. No pitting yet. Fisher making a different kind of a move here. See if that works out for him. Didn't see any sort of contact or anything like that from Elijah, so he just decided that this was the time. Maybe running this thing, he may have just 2 long stints from here. If he could do 50 and 50, he would be good. And it looks like these other drivers are going to run the full fuel run, so a different strategy. We'll have to keep an eye on Fisher and see how that works out. The lead just keeps growing here for Shane Haar. As we go back into second, these 2 guys here, Aaron Stanton and Jordan Giorno, are very close, have been close the whole time. Looking to see, it looks like the 62 has pit now. That's going to be Hasty is in the pit, and we'll see how that works for him as well. So he's kind of splitting the difference here. Now these guys that are pitting, Elijah Fisher especially, he's going to be a 1.5 seconds almost faster a lap, and that's going to be a big deal. He can unlap himself very quickly here if he just keeps it clean and keeps going. Looks like I want to say P4, the 9 car I mentioned him earlier, is coming up the field, up 10 positions from where he started. He still is, but you can see that he's lost the 3rd place car there a little bit. So he did use a lot of tire coming up through the field, and now he's kind of paying that price. But it's on the back end of this, and he's still got a second, 1.3 seconds we'll call it, to the car behind him, which is Wessenberg in P5. And trying to look here. Let's take a look at, there's Elijah there. So he is looking at the positions here. He's a bit back from the leader. on track anyways. So gonna have to do some work to unlap himself, but as soon as the leader pits, that'll take care of itself as well. A whole bunch of cars here. Looks like we've got some racing going on here with the 1 and the 5. And just as I go off of them, our leader is on pit road. So 27 there is now your leader, as Shane Haar has pitted. Looks like the 88 is pitting as well. And we'll see when these two want to go. But now that these guys, now that the leader has done it, it's almost time to go. The 35 cars in, the 43 cars in, and here they come. Here come the other two leaders. So this is going to pass the lead off to the 9 car, who clearly still has to pit. Maybe going to do one more here, but lots of cars now on pit road, as you can see on the ticker there. Almost all of them are on pit road. And 9 cars in. Okay, so that's going to hand the lead over to the 5 car here for the time being, as the 72, sorry, is going around with fresher tires. So you can see what that does for you right there. See if Johnson pits this time. Looks like he is dipping off of the track. He is going to be pitted. So that would leave the field to the 95. About a handful of cars that still haven't pitted. 95 going in there. Travis Eccles in the 15 is now pitting as well. And that will put Shane Haar back out front. And let's see what the gap is going to be when we get there. He needs to come all the way around here past these guys that are on pit road, and then we will be able to see what we got. It does look like Elijah Fisher has gotten himself up into P2, if that's the way it shakes out. And it is. So an early pit by him puts him in position. Now he's going to be a little bit off sequence throughout the race if it stays green. Now if he can get a caution here, say 15-20 laps from now, and everybody takes a set of tires, he's right back on sequence, and he's got himself a great position. So this may work out great for him. And you can see the 84 Jordan there, he pitted early as well, and that worked out for him. And Cade Cannon in the 9 car comes out, and he's P4 right where he was. So these guys all pretty much where they were, except for Elijah Fisher, who has definitely gotten himself into a much better position. Now, these guys are going to be a little bit faster than him right now, but shouldn't be too bad. We'll see how he can hang with them at this point. Using the outside there. Back to our leader, Shane is pretty much driving alone by himself. And through that whole sequence there, the 84 is in second place, but he's 3.9 seconds back. So that was a great strategy and great time on and off pit road, no penalties, and he gained himself another 1.5 seconds there easily. Take a look back here. This is for 6th and 7th. Mike Hauser, Stephen Henning. Hauser in that 43 out front, Henning in the 12 behind him. Henning is there. And look at the car behind there. That's the 32 right there that's making hay right now. He is going to pass the 12. Let's see what he can do with the 34. Oh, sorry, 43 as well, and he gets right by him. But these guys might have pitted a little bit earlier, but Wessenberg making his way back to the top 5. He's in P6 now. Got that 62 in front of him for position. Going to pass him with ease as well. Now he's in. Oh, it looks like that 62 is not for position. Sorry. The 88 there is the next position to put him in the top 5. There he goes, taking the inside. Looks like he is not quite clear. Maybe next corner he'll get that. Gonna make that. He is clear. Is he gonna cut him off? There you go. The 88 kind of just went behind him. Okay, so put Wessenberg in P5. Now hunting the 9 car, but the 9 car is up there a ways. About 3-second difference you can see there. Take a look at Jordan Fisher. He is now in 3rd, hanging tough there with slightly older tires. Got himself a nice cushion out back, so he should be able to just hang tight, run there for a little while. Our leader still, the lead is coming down. It was about 3.8 when we were on him before, and it's a little over 2.8 now, so the lead has come down by about a second. Take a look at that 84 there racing him. The 3 is not for position, so he's just going to use that car for a second to draft a little bit, see if he can catch up to Shane Haar. Has shaved another 10th or 2 off using that car, so that is great. We'll see if he can continue that once he gets by him. Looks like we got a little 3-car battle right here going on between the 43, 12, and 1. 12 making up a little bit of ground there, see if he can get around. Can't quite make it. The 1's looking inside a little bit. Can't quite make that happen either. Nobody really making up any ground here. I mean, they're close to each other, but he's really faster. They must have pitted all around the same time. They're catching the 88 now, and that is for position, so we'll see if the 88 can hold them off. That 88 is losing some time here. Maybe he was one of the early pitters, and now his tires are a little bit more worn than these other guys. The 43 now looks at the inside, see if he can make that pass. Like he's going to make that pass in the corner here. 12 car is going to try it too. The momentum off by the 88, but I think he's still going to lose these 3 positions. Went into the corner, and look at that, 3 wide. 1 car takes them both. Great corner there by the 1, Jay Schaefer. The 12 car still working on that 88. Wow, it looks like we've got a little bit of a problem. R is... Hold on. Like Haar is in the pits? No, here he is, right here. He's out front. Maybe somebody disconnected. All of the positions kind of changed a bit, and now they're going back. So, apologize for the confusion there. It seems like somebody had a disconnect and threw me off there for a second. But 84 is still in second there, and Elijah is in third at this point. Looks like we have 16 cars on the lead lap of our 22. Elijah's hanging really tough. He's doing good. He's got about a second to the 9 car behind him, which the 9 car pitted last, so I would expect the 9 car to be catching him. So we'll keep an eye on that, but it's pretty much 1 second now, and then it's 8.5 seconds up to second place. So big gap there, but the gap behind is closing a little bit. That 9 car is probably going to be catching here as he's got fresher tires. And he definitely is closing that gap. It's down to about half a second now. And the 15 cars behind him, but it does not look like that is for position. So the 15 of Travis Eccleston, first car a lap down. So if we were to get a caution here, he would get his lap back, as you do see the 9 car now taking the run to the inside, trying to make that work. Not able to make the pass just yet. But he might get it here. See if he can get him clear. Like he's barely clear at this point. He's going to keep it to the bottom. Elijah's battling tough there on the high side. He's got good momentum out there, making it tough on him, but there goes the pass there. He's just got 2 fresh tires for him, so he's going to have to let him go. Trying the crossover there a little bit, take him out of his line to see if that makes a difference. Elijah sliding up the track just a little bit, a touch, and a little bit loose, but they save it. The 9 car is going to get by here. Now it's about 2 seconds, a little short of 2 seconds that Elijah has behind him, so he can kind of ride her for a little bit now. Probably if we stay green, he's going to have to pit a little bit sooner than the other guys. How that shakes out. Take a look now, about another second has been shaved off. The Giorno is made up on Har. There's Har still with that 3 car in front of him, but again, the 3 car is not for position. You can see him in the frame now, so he is definitely catching. Have to see. I don't know if this 3 car is helping or hurting. Definitely not running the same line there. You got to imagine he's liking the air, but he's not really using it. So I'm thinking that the 84 is just trying to get around here, but can't quite get it done. As now the lead has kind of leveled off here for Har. I think that 84 has got to find a way to get around the 3. He'll continue to work on that. Let's look back here at Logan McNeil in this 88. The 12 car has gotten around. 23 is now trying to find his way. That's Chad McNeil in 23. He takes the low side there. Kind of blinks out just a little bit. And that's not good. You don't want to race around somebody blinking like that. Luckily, it's a wide track and they weren't in the same kind of line, but the 23 has to back out of it a little bit there. We are a little bit past halfway here. with one caution very early on. Now that battle is kind of settled out. We can take a look back out front, and it looks like the lead is about a second right now, and you still see that 3 car out front of the 84. They're definitely in the same frame, so the lead is coming down a bit. Go a little bit wider angle, you can definitely see that battle. Now the 84 you can see is starting to lose, and it looks starting to lose in just a little bit. Got to use that 3 car to get back up. See if he can draft that 3 just a little bit, but he's starting to fall back just a little bit. Might have used it all up getting there. Wants to stay as close as he can for these pit stops. He might be able to be a little bit aggressive on the pit entry and see if he can catch up to him. Maybe make up some ground that way. We'll have to see what he's trying to do, but there's a couple cars there. It looks like there's another car now. Oh, nope, no other cars in between them, so they could get after it. It looks like Dorno has lost about a tenth and a half here since we started watching this, so not really moving too much. At this point, tires are equalizing. Last pit was maybe 25 to 30 ago. So still got a little bit of time here they got to run. Check back on our first, the first pitter of Elijah. Oops, sorry. Of Elijah there, and he is still in 4th place after the 9 got by him, and he's got about a second behind him to Wessenberg. You kind of see that gap right there. So Wessenberg 1 second back, trying to reel him in. See what he can do here. I got to imagine that Elijah's going to be pitting somewhat soon. He pitted a good 5 to 8 laps before the rest of the field. Shane Haar up front is starting to get he's over the last couple of laps, he's put another couple tenths there on the 84, so he seems to be doing just fine. And it looks like Wessenberg is kind of at that 1 to 1.1 second mark as well. Nothing really happening there. Side by side, it looked like for a second there, but they got it all sorted out. It's pretty much single file throughout this entire field. Looks like there might be a side by side here between the 12 of Stephen Henning and 88 of Logan McNeil, and they've been at it for quite a few laps here, going back and forth. So no real clear winner there. Elijah here, he's still, or Wessenberg still trying to hunt Elijah Fisher. Looks like the gap is down to about 3/4 of a second. Shane Haar's kind of blinking out a little bit. There we go, got him back. And I want to say Fisher, yep, Fisher is in the pits now, so on lap 80, Elijah Fisher takes his pit. So I would say within 10 laps, that's going to mean that these other drivers are going to have to come in as well. Keep an eye on our leader here through our pit cycle. It looks like the 72 and 95 are also on pit road. So we'll see here. I mean, obviously that was a net gain for Elijah Fisher. He was about P8, P9, somewhere in there. And through that run, only fell back to 4th. So that definitely worked out for him. We'll see what this next cycle will do and if he can gain a little bit more. The 95 is now coming off of pit road. The 23 looks to be in pit road as well. So a few takers here, some cars trickling into pit road. I think the bulk of these drivers are going to try to go a few more laps at least. And then we'll see them all come down. I don't think it's going to be for the last time. Gonna have to pit one more time. Nobody on pit road at this point. The rest of these cars are going to go a little bit further. This is the Inspired Racing League. Monday night Gen 6 car. And we'll see. I don't trying to look. So the 84 has still not pit. He is Jordan Jorno there. He is the one that has been hunting the 21, Shane Har, the best, but he's still about a 1.3 off. So that lead is equalized completely. He was catching him earlier in the run and not so much anymore. And I do believe he pitted after the 21. So we'll kind of stick with the 21 here, our leader, and see when he pits. Possibly in the next few laps here. That is a lap car in front of him there. He's working that traffic. There is a big bunch of cars back here. This is 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. These guys are racing pretty hard here. The 95 is trying to get by the 32 there. Looks like he's going to make that happen. The 95 is on fresh tires, so he's not for position. We're going to let him go. 32, Westenberg is trying to get past the 43 now. 3 of Mike Hauser. Not able to make that pass just yet. The high side was looking pretty good there for him. Shane Har, our leader, still on track. As we got the 1 and the 12 side by side here with the 88 trying to get through the 1 as well. 12 shot through there really good. The 88 looks like he's going to be able to make that happen, and he floats up in front of the 1. Take that position as well. The 88's been in battles all night tonight. That's Logan McNeil. And I don't think he knew he was going to pit. Let's see if he hangs on to it. He does hang on to it, so it's not going to bring out the caution. He did not, I think he did not communicate that he was pitting, and it was way too close, and he did a good job to avoid it. Just barely scraped that wall a little bit and got loose, so I don't think it's going to hurt him too bad. And it looks now our leaders are on pit road. So we'll look. Shane Har is now just coming off of pit road as Jordan Jorno went with him. So they are on the same exact pit cycle here. They'll be coming out together, coming out in the 8th position. So not too much of a loss there. Going to hand the lead over to the 9 car here of Cade. He was the one who went the longest on the last run, so I would expect him to go long as possible. You see the 21 of Shane Har there. He has unlapped himself already, so he doesn't have to worry about that now. He can just kind of set sail. And we'll see when that 9 car decides to pit, but he is our leader for now with Cameron Westenberg behind, but it looks like Cameron has now hit the pits as well. So this is going to leave Cannon, Schaefer, and Johnson out. Everyone else has pit. I would expect him. Yep, there it goes. So he's going to pit now, kind of I think he might have learned last time that once they come in, he's losing too much time, as it was almost a second and a quarter per lap slower out there on the older tires. To put him on pit road, let's see, the one car is now going to be officially our leader, as he still needs to pit. Nathan Johnson in the 5 car right behind him is for position in second place, also still needs to pit. I would assume these guys are going to pit together as soon as the 1 dips, the 5 will follow, but I could be wrong. And there he goes, and the 5 follows. All right, so that is gonna pretty much complete our cycle. There's Shane Har, your leader, back out front, but the 84 is on him tight with a lap car there. He's going to have to kind of reload that pass there. Didn't want to make it 3 wide with a lap car. And now these guys are neck and neck for our lead. So we've been green since lap 5, and we are working lap 92, and these guys are separated by less than a car length. We'll see when these other pit what happens. I can tell you now, it looks like Elijah Fisher is going to come out looking pretty good, but we'll have to see exactly where that puts him. As I'm watching Elijah go down on the standings there, not sure why. He was just up there and just kind of went down. I'm not seeing anything. Let's look right here, see if we can see something happen here. Now this is the 43. It says he got past the 4. Not seeing much there. Now it's showing the 4 up there, so something's going on with the timing, unfortunately. Not sure what's going on there, but now we're showing Elijah in the third position. Sorry. He is 16 seconds back from the rest of the field. Has a little bit of a cushion of about 2.5 seconds to 4th place. So he should be okay for a little while here on that kind of early pit strategy. It's really going to take until the end of the race. If it goes green, we're going to have to see how that plays out with his short pitting. Let's go back up front as the 18 car now is underneath these 2 leaders. 21 gets around. 84 looks like he's going to be able to make that pass as well. There he goes. Now let's just watch this for a moment and see if the 84 is going to be aggressive here or be content to fall and run behind him, just knowing that there's another pit stop coming. Doesn't have to force the issue now, just has to stay there. Keep the tires underneath him. Hope that the 21 makes a mistake. That would be the easiest way. He's just following right in his footsteps. In that air, making it a little easier on himself. Not sure if he's going to be able to save much fuel doing that. I don't think you even need to run a full fuel run if you wanted to split this last 2 stints. You could certainly do that. You would have about 50 laps, so you could go maybe 25 and 25, and you'd have fresher tires all the way around, as opposed to somebody that goes, say, 40 and 10 or 35 15. You get my point. The longer you stay out there, those extra 10 laps would be a lot slower. So I'm looking for these guys to split this segment. And that kind of brings it back to Elijah Fisher there in your 3rd position. He's an early pitter, so he's going to have to kind of do that anyways. But is he going to fall back a position or 2 before he gets to that kind of pit window that he wants to get to? He does have a 3.5 second lead right now over the 4th place car of Hauser in that 43. So it does seem like he's got a cushion, as these guys are just taking down these lap cars, and they got these 2 cars behind them. 18 and 1 are both lap cars. They are fighting for lead car they're fighting for the lucky dog, essentially, is what they're doing. And so that's why they're being a little more aggressive than you would see out of a lap down car. But this is a battle, and they're every bit as fast as these guys. So, I mean, if you could unlap yourself the good old-fashioned way, that would be perfect. Don't want to see any chaos or accidents, but you see the 84 on the outside now. He's going to try to make this pass happen. And with these guys side by side, these 2 lap cars have got nowhere really to go. We've got about 33 laps to go here. Guys side by side racing like this can't be great for the tires. Neither one of them wants to give it up, though, but give advantage to the 84 at this point. On that outside with a little bit more momentum. Just not enough to get the all clear to move down. Is going to lead the lap. You know, that 1 car back there has got to be getting a little bit desperate too, not understanding why he can't catch that 18 and get around. Right there. And now we got another lap car. Excuse me. Up front there that may come into play. That lap car up there may come into play here pretty soon. We'll have to see how that plays out. The 32 of Wessenberg was up as high as 5th, but now is in the 9th position, and that is him right in front of him. And the 18 and the 1 do not want to see that 32 get past either. And look, that 32 is going to be somewhat of a pick. So but the 84 drops down, gets clear, drops down. So he made that pass using a little bit of air there off the 32 and made that happen. So put the 84 of Jordan Journeau out front. 21 car not done yet. Ooh, gets loose coming back on a little bit later in the runs. Like I was saying, going down there on that apron is a little bit more treacherous, a little bit harder to control. And you saw Shane Haar when he came off of that apron, it just upset the car just enough to make him wiggle and get him out of sorts. And now the 32 is definitely able to keep that lucky dog position. So 8 cars now are on the lead lap, and this does tend to happen when you have these long green flag runs. Call it 29 laps to go here. You got to figure at about 25 or so. You're going to want to see, guys are going to want to think, hey, okay, I'm splitting this. Let's go now. Let's pit. This is going to be a little bit treacherous here with all of these cars together right here. I'm hoping that there's going to be some sort of radio chatter about, hey, I'm pitting or something, because you don't want to get run over going into the pits, especially from the lead. As you see the 21 getting the lead back there barely. Not sure if he's going to make him clear. He's not clear, but the 32 kind of giving a push. We got another lap car, and this may easily be 3 wide here in a moment. Unless that car just came out of the pits. That 22, if he just came out of the pits, he might be faster and just drive away. We'll have to see. It does not look like it. Not look like he's faster. He's getting off the track. Good call by him. Get out of it. You don't want to be part of that. That is Shane Heminger. Hats off to you. Class play right there. 84 now falling back just a little bit on that outside there. 84 probably was driving pretty hard to get that lead, and now is maybe paying the prices a little bit as you see the 21. So he has got 20, let's call it 26 laps to go, and he is going to go ahead and make that call to come in, and that leaves Jordan Journeau out front. But now he is going to be slower, and if he doesn't come this time, he's going to be behind the 8 ball to Shane Haar. Let's see what he does. He's going to have to pit here with this traffic if he's going to come this time. And he's not going to do it. We'll have to see how that plays out. My gut tells me that may be a mistake, but we'll see. As the 21 is now rolling off, the 22 is also on pit road. The Shane Haar is back on track. He is a lap down, so he does not want to see a caution at this point. Jordan Giorno absolutely would love to see a caution. And I got to imagine that 32 there at Westenberg would like to see one as well, being the first car a lap down, get him back in the action. Check back in with Elijah Fisher here before we do go to pits. He is still on track as well. Now, I thought for sure that he would be pitting by now, but he is hanging tough there. He's got the 43 passing him right now for the 4th position. I got to imagine that if the 43 gets around, that he's going to dip the pit road really fast. In fact, he's going to hang tough there on the outside there. He's going to make that back. Let's see if he gets to the pits. Keeping an eye here on Jordan out front as well. It doesn't look like he's pitting yet. And Elijah's not going to pit yet. With 24 to go, he's not going to do it. So he wants fresh tires at the end to see if he can make passes. He doesn't want to have to fight people off at the end that are trying to pass him. As we see a bunch of cars now onto pit road. You got Hauser, Henning, McNeil. Both Logan and Chad McNeil on pit road. Trying to look here. It's about a lap and a straightaway that Shane Haar is behind the 84 of Jordan. And here comes Jordan now, so he's going to pit now. The 21 is going to get by, but has to go by again. So let's take a peek at that. Let's go to the 21 now as he's crossing the line, and the 84 is on pit road. But is he going to be able to make up an entire lap while he's getting service? I just don't think he's going to be able to do that. So this could very well put Jordan Giorno in a great position, but we'll have to see. And it looks like Elijah Fisher is now coming onto pit road. Believe he is. 9 is in the lead again for now. I'm sure he has to pit. And no, that's Elijah right behind him. He did not hit pit road. Not yet. He's going to go long here. So there's Giorno back on track. There's Shane Haar behind him. So Giorno had a great pit stop, great strategy to stay out for a little bit longer. He is going to be in the lead at this point. Great play by him. I did not think that that was going to work out that way. Now, we do still have several cars that need to pit before this will cycle back. Jordan is now scored in the 6th position with 20 to go. So we will see when these other cars are going to pit. There's the 32 now scored in 4th position. We'll have to see what his pit strategy is going to have to be. And if these guys if any of them can actually make it. But Jordan Giorno is now in the 5th position. 9 is still scored in the league with Elijah Fisher in 2nd. So we'll see. Shane Haar there is now in P6. He is trying to get around these cars so that he can try to track down the 84 of Jordan, but he is 2.3 seconds down. And remember, when Shane Haar came in and pit, they were neck and neck. They were right next to each other, battling for the lead. In fact, he was the 21. That is, he was out front just a little bit. So he lost quite a bit on that exchange, and I really didn't think that was going to be the case. But here we are. The 9 cars still out front. And is he going to pit? Is he going to try to stretch this? He doesn't have a huge lead. Can Elijah Fisher stretch this? He's 2.5 seconds off the lead, but he's got 5.5 seconds behind him. So if he can just coast it around, I mean, he might get himself a podium just on fuel if he can make it last. 17 laps to go. back out front here with Cade, sorry, in that 9 car. Got the 27 behind him, but that's not for position. That's a lap car pushing him now. Not sure if that's by design to save fuel. I'm not sure, but they are 2 Chevys, so never count it out. And we got a caution. Even headings. Let's take a look and see what happens here. Oh, we don't want to be on that camera. Oh, yeah, the 12 and the 1. 12 just came up the track, got the 1. Ouch. Well, there you have it. That's going to reset a lot of things here. Let's go back live and let's get to your leader here. Now, this is all going to hinge on who's going to pit and who's not. And so we'll stick on the leader here as they kind of catch the pace car, and we'll see who's going to pit and who's not. Now, Jordan Jorno is in the 3rd position. Shane Haar is still in 6th. And so 1st, 2nd, 4th, 5th, maybe pitting. We're going to have to take a look here and see. If they do have to pit, they're only going to start back in 8th or 9th. There goes the 9, and the 4 is coming as well. You got Cade and Elijah both on pit road. It looks like Wessenberg is coming as well. He's just back behind them just a little bit. And so what we'll do is we'll check the race off. What I was saying, I couldn't quite get that out, but what I was saying is there's only 11 cars on the lead lap. So these guys here, there goes the 40 and the 3. Those guys are a lap down. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The 40 is on the lead lap. He looks to be one of the last cars on the lead lap. They're only going to be in 10th, 11th, 12th, and they're going to have fresher tires. So look for them to be coming through the field on this restart. They're going to have about 12 laps, I would say, to get that job done. So this is going to be interesting to say the least what these guys are able to do with those fresher tires. All right, so we'll pace around here. I think that 27 is looking for a wave around, also the 35. And not sure if they're going to get that or where that's going to put them, but they are scored lap down 14th. 14th is the 35, and the 27 is scored in 17th. So fortunately not the position they want to be in. Let's try real quick to get Cade in the 9. Here he is. Hey, this is Matthew in the booth. Got me?
What's up, man?
Good run out there. You were trying to go long. Were you going to be able to make it?
I was gonna be able to make it.
Okay. All right. So this is kind of playing into your hands here. You got fresh tires. You're in the catbird seat. Do you think you can get it done?
I'm hoping. I was really hoping that was gonna go green, but I'm hoping with the hope. I know the Ford's got the same tires as I do, so I'm hoping I can just pull away enough and just get out in front here and just go for it. Hopefully here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, throttle down at this point. I mean, there's enough laps to where you can make those new tires work for you, but there's some other on the same strategy, so let's see how it works. You're in Chevy 2, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy, good luck.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, so there's Cade in that 9 car, so he's going to be the first car that's got fresh tires. 84 has been very strong, and he is out front, so we will see what he can do. This is going to be interesting, and look back in the pictures at 32 of Wessenberg. I mean, this is going to be a shootout at this point. So here we go. 84 is going to drop the hammer. He gets a good jump there Great jump. The outside did not get going too well with that one car, so the 9 car is going to look to get around him as soon as possible. We're going to go 3 wide right off the bat. And look at the 9 car's just going to ride that outside. It's going to be good momentum, I would think. Oh, man, and he's just stuck behind that one. There's nothing he can do. That's got to be frustrating for him. As look, the 21 now, Shane Haar is going to go underneath the 84. 4 car of Elijah Fisher also on fresh tires. Oh, we're 3 wide. The 5 car's got the momentum. Oh, okay, so the 21 still is able to hold it out there. He gets the momentum through the exit of the corner, and look at him shoot out, and we are under caution. Hold on. Okay, Darcy Haar, let's take a look here. This. Oh, no. Oh, no. I think that started a little bit earlier there. Hold on 1 second. Let's back up a bit. Oh, it started in front of him. Yeah, I can't really see where that started, unfortunately. But yeah, Darcy Haar, unfortunately. You see the 18 coming down. 22 is in it. Unfortunately, we didn't get a good view of that, so apologize for that. But it was already underway when he kind of got in there, and that's when iRacing threw the caution, so that's what they flagged, unfortunately. So now we're going to be 10 to go. See if we can get the 5 in here. Nate, this is Matthew in the booth. You got me? Nate, Matthew in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. Well, hey, that was a good run. You almost made that pass there for the league, but you're looking strong here late. You think you got something for that 21 and 84?
Yeah, I do. Tires.
Yeah. You got a little bit fresher tires, so that should help you.
Oh, I got, not a little bit, I got about 15 lap better tires.
Yeah. So you're going to be starting on the outside. It's going to come down to this jump, but you got some laps left here. You can make it work. What do you think your chances are?
Pretty good. My main concern's the 32. He pitted with me.
Yeah.
But these guys have been fast all day, so just don't die. That's my only thing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Don't get killed. All right, well, good luck. We'll be watching.
Thank you, sir. Hopefully I can give you all a show.
All right, there you go. That's Nate in that 5 car. So he does got the freshest tires. He is going to be on the outside. He's got to get a good jump, though. He's going to have to really be watching that 21 and get the best jump that he possibly can. 84 is going to be behind the 21, and those two have been up front all day. But again, a little bit less tire on those guys. So it's going to be really interesting to see the jump that the 5 gets, and if he can keep that momentum on the outside with those fresher tires. Don't count out the 4, though. He is also on the fresher tires. So I think that this could really work out for that top line here, as they do have the fresher tires. The 32 that he was talking about is going to be on the inside with those guys. I'm not sure that he's going to be a threat for the win, but he definitely could, pass a couple of cars here and get himself a podium. We'll have to see how this goes. We're getting ready. We should get green with 7 laps of green flag racing left. Hopefully we can keep it under green so these guys up front can battle. We only have 9 cars on the lead lap at this point. Like a car, I don't know if he's off pace or just kind of hanging back because he's out of it. Doesn't want to cause a problem or be a problem. So here we go. This will be interesting. Fresh tires on the outside. strong cars on the inside, but not as good at tires. Is going to have the pace car dip off here. There he goes. See if the 5 can time it right. 21 out for a jump, but not too bad by the 5. I mean, it could have been better, but it's not the end of the world. He's just gonna have to make quick work of this 84 if he can get back to the 21. The only car out there, you see Elijah Fisher in that 4. He drops down to the inside. Now kind of in the middle of 3 wide. Look at the 32 though. He's coming up fast. I might have been wrong about him. He's got something for him, I think. The 32 is on a rail right now. And he's got the pass. He could move up if he wanted to, but he's going to stay on that bottom. And I guess the 95's got newer tires too, so you're going to have to watch him as well as he tries a crossover there on the 32. Can't make that work. Now he's going to cross over again, go to the inside. 32 is 3 wide, and the 21 can't hold it, so the 32 can take the outside, but that's not preferred. Now the 95 out front. Look at the 4 of Elijah Fisher getting in there as well. He's going to push that 95 out front. Now he's going to go to the high side, cut off the 32, but the 32 is going to make the push. Now they're 3 wide. Elijah Fisher kind of pushed out on that one, and look at the 84 is back in this with the 95 kind of out there by himself. 3 wide there in the 3rd row. 95 looking strong. Let's see if anybody's got anything for him, as the 9 car is back as well after falling back on that previous restart. 4 laps to go we have. '84 car kind of stalling out there on the bottom, and the 9 needs to get around. He's going to look to the inside here. Going to make it 3 wide with that 21 on the outside. Meanwhile, 32 is looking on the outside, trying to make the pass, but can't do it there. Now the 9 car has clean air with the 5 out behind him. These guys are going to be pushing hard now, and you see this, we got a wreck. The 9, the 4. Bummer. Okay, let's take a look. Let's look at the 84 here. And you saw that right there. Let's actually go up to the blimp and back it up. We'll take one more look at this so you can really see it develop here. And the 84 is in the middle, and the 5 just kind of moves up, and the 4 moves down, and it's just kind of an accordion effect because there just wasn't enough room there. Technically 3 wide, but I don't think anybody knew it. So the 95 there, Brent, is out front and looking like he's got pretty good control. Now he's gonna have the 32 of Wessenberg on his outside. Behind him will be Haar, and then McNeil, and then Cannon, and then Giorno. So this will be interesting to see. The 2 cars out front, I think, are gonna have the best tires right now. And so they should be able to get away from these other guys. We'll have to keep an eye on this, and we'll see who's going to be best, who's going to get the jump. 95 is going to control the field, and if we're going to have a green-white checker, got to believe that puts him in the catbird seat for sure. Got some of these damaged vehicles hitting pit road. Let's get Cameron and Matthew in the booth. Got me?
Yeah, I got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, buddy. Good run right there to get yourself in position. I think you got the tires. You think you can get it done from the outside?
Maybe figured out these restart. Yeah, so we can get going here and get a good pull on them. I think we can have a shot at it.
Yeah, you looked pretty strong there. It's going to be a green-white checker, so just got to time that jump, I think, and you'd be all right. But good luck. We'll see if you can get it done.
Thanks. Roll Tide.
He said, roll tide. All right, so, hey, he's feeling loose. He's liking it. All right. they get ready to re-rack here, we'll see what we can show y'all. It's going to be entertaining, I'll give you that. What I don't see on the ticker, and I'm not totally sure of, is how many green-white checkers we will do. So that's something we're going to have to probably figure out here as this goes on. We'll learn together. So, 95 though, I think it's going to be in the he is where I would want to be. Out front, in control, can go in the zone when he wants. I think that's going to be the place to be. So, as they're like 3-4 wide back there, we'll see if they can get it sorted out and get lined up here. Go. All right, let's see if we can get this done in one green-white checker here. Couple more corners and we're going to figure out exactly who's going to be our winner. It got exciting here at the end with a lot of action and changing, you know, of leaders. I mean, Shane Haar is doing a great job on those older tires to stay there. He's in third, and Jorno is the same. He's in fifth. You know, it could be a lot worse with these guys in fresh tires and him not having them. So you got to say, I mean, he's not doing a terrible job. Both of those cars are doing a great job to keep competitive and get as high a finish as possible. Okay, as they peel off, 95 has the field. He gets the jump. The 32 wiggled just a little bit. Didn't shut the door on the 21 there. Is going to stay outside there. Try to get the 88 to give him a little bit of a shove, but the 95 is way out front there. He's got exactly what he wants, side by side behind them, a 3 or 4 car length distance. So he is just going to sail around here and hope that we do not get another caution. 32 is going to try to make a run here. Got to get past this 21 if he wants to do anything on this last lap. Side by side behind the leader is Elijah Fisher. Tries to go very low, and the 88 is spun. Did he take the white flag, though? We stay under white flag condition. I don't think this is going to change. I think we're staying green here. 95 still out front. 21 hanging real tough. Is Elijah going to stay with them, or is he going to try to go around? Can't really get anywhere. He's stuck in there. 21 and 32 drag race to the line. It's going to be the 32, I think. Look at the 4 car take that and get that third position over the 5, and the 32 is in second. Great run late there for Elijah Fisher. Amazing finish. The 21 just unfortunately fell back to 5th. Didn't have the tires or the run to go. And what a great run. Great race. 95 gets the win. And let's see if we can bring up our results. So AJ Thompson there gets the win. Oh, that's practice. We don't want practice. We want the race. There we go. Bring up the race. All right. So 95, Hannaran gets the win. Westenberg gets second. Elijah Fisher is in third. Fourth is going to go to Nathan Johnson. Fifth, Shane Haar. Sixth is Jordan Jorno. Darcy Haar is in seventh. Eighth is going to be Mike Hauser. Jason Williams in ninth. Cade Cannon in 10th, rounding out your top 10. Great race here tonight. Let's take the results off. Let's get on to our detail. Let's get to our third place finisher here, Elijah Fisher, still driving around. Let's see if we can pull him in for his interview as he parks it here at the line. Elijah Matthew in the booth, you got me?
Yes, I do.
Great race, great run. A little bit off sequence on the pits. Take us through your strategy here.
Well, I noticed we weren't gaining the amount of time that we wanted to be gaining, so I felt like saving some of the tires and trying to get a little bit of an offset, but I don't actually think it was going to work out for us. I don't know what that caution was there at the end, but that was our saving grace. Just before the one clip to the green-white checkered there.
Yeah, it definitely worked out for you. And you looked really strong at the very end. You had fresher tires than a couple of guys, but literally from the middle of 3 and 4 to the stripe, I think you went from like 5th to 3rd. So did you set that up on purpose, or you just take what happens?
I kept my foot to the floor and turned left a little bit harder than I'd been doing all race. That's all it took. I think we had a little bit fresher tires than some of the guys. Maybe not. I don't know. But the bottom lane was available, and I said I'm going to put my car there and stuck it right on the bottom lane, just like Kevin Harvick does.
Yes, sir. Well, great race, great run, great strategy. P3 is good. You got any sponsors, teammates, anybody you want to thank? Go ahead.
Yeah, the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Ford Mustang. Love these Mustangs. These things are fast cars every week. Team at Ford. Everybody out there, I'm not going to say names because I'll forget your names, all of y'all's, but everybody in that team.
There's a lot of you Fords in there, so yeah, don't try that.
Exactly. But just know I appreciate all of you guys. Love you like a bunch of brothers out there. Even some of the guys on the other teams too. I mean, y'all good group. Thank you, Mom, for watching. All the fans, everybody in Inspired Racing. We're doing fun things. This has been a fun league. Yeah, gotta thank good Lord above too.
Don't forget that. Okay, yeah, well, hey, great run. Go enjoy it with your team, and hopefully we'll be back in the booth next week.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Okay, let's see if we can get Cameron in here, our second place finisher. I think Cameron's already in here. You got me, bud?
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right. Well, not the win you were looking for, but second place ain't bad. And what a battle at the end there, huh?
Yeah, good battle to the end there. Didn't quite get the restarter needed, so he got a good jump out there, and I was trying to get a push down the back with my teammate Nate there, and got a little bit too much of a bump and had too much speed for me to hold on to it and carry the momentum, get the win. But thanks to everybody on Toyota teams here, Shane and Nathan. Darcy was in there too. Anybody I might have missed. It was a pretty good race overall.
Yeah, you guys definitely, your team especially, and a couple other Toyotas really kind of came on at the end. I mean, Shane Har was up there most of the night, right? But a couple other guys and yourself kind of shined at the end with those cautions, and the strategy played out, and it worked out good for you guys. So I'm sure you guys in Toyota were strategizing and figuring out what to do, how to do. It seems like you guys got it kind of figured out and worked well together.
Yeah, that caution there in between the trying to run the fuel out to the end, or some people were splitting the stage up. Kind of fell when we still had a set of tires on the pit, so we came down and had our tires there at the end, and everybody else had done pitted for the most part. A few people had tires on, but good strategy there.
Yeah, it worked out. P2 is really good. You got any teammates, family, sponsor, anybody you want to thank while you got the airtime?
Yeah, everybody Dingleberry Motorsports, Tommy and Hunter, we spent a lot of time on here getting cars right and adjusting on setups. Dingleberry Designs throwing up paint schemes here and there too, so pretty fun ordeal going on, but that's pretty much all I got.
Great. All right, awesome. Well, great finish. Go celebrate it, and we'll see you next week.
All right, roll tide.
All right, let's see if we can get Brent in here, our winner. Brent, this is Matthew in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. You got me?
I got you, sir. Great race tonight. Take us through your strategy, and then we'll get to the end at the end.
Well, right away, I mean, the car was fast. This Ford Mustang is fast. We stayed with the front pack for a few laps and killed our tires there. Got in some traffic and just fell back. And at that point, I was like, well, we decided that we were going to do a fuel run. And ran the fuel run. We were a lap down. We were 2 laps down. Got lucky there at the end with a caution. Or that first, not the very first one that came out there towards the end.
Yeah.
We're getting a lucky dog running the fuel race, and just got lucky with that. Honestly.
You got to have a little luck
That's
to
it.
win these.
Yep. Had a set of tires in the pits. We did have some right front damage. Got in the wall. Just not paying attention. One of them things.
Yeah.
And got in the wall. Got my damage fixed. Had a clean car with fresh tires, and then the second caution came out, and I was like, all right, it's time to push a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think I restarted 7th or something like that, and just ran qualify laps, but just bottom, pushing as hard as I could, and made it to the front, behind the 32, and then he went for a block, and I kind of juked him out. It was a good race though.
The
I
end
was-
there, like the last green white checker. You restarted. Man, I want to say you were out front on
Yeah.
on that one, yeah. And so you were
on
in
the
catbird
green
seat.
white checkered.
Yeah,
it
okay,
was-
no, it's
it
the
was
one
the
before that.
other
The one
one.
before that,
Yep.
you made up the spots, and then you were in the catbird seat. You got to kind of I control the
Get that
field.
fresh air.
Yeah, exactly.
That fresh air,
Yeah.
baby.
The
That's
one
where it
before
was.
that though was impressive. I mean, obviously you had a little bit fresher tires than some of those guys, but you it's a short run, so you were just all out, and it was the car was
Oh.
strong.
Yeah, like I said, I knew right away that this Pennzoil Ford Mustang was going to roll. Glad to have body armor on board this week with this Dragon skin. I know you guys probably can't see that, but that's okay. Just proud of the whole team. Proud of Ford Camp. All good races.
Yeah.
All good races. Just
You-
super excited.
You thanked your team. You got any other sponsor, friends, family watching you want to shout out to or anything like that?
I had a buddy that was jumping in, but I don't know if he made it. It's all good. Just shout out to the team, my family for letting me do this. That's number one. And thank you. For being up in the booth.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, go celebrate your win with them Ford boys, and we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, 10-4. Have a good night.
All right. Well, there you have it. That was our winner, Brent Hannaran, and he wins this race in his 95 here at Las Vegas. We will see you all next week. Have a great night. See ya.